In this video, I'm going to be showing you my scalping session. We're looking at S&P 500 mini futures, and the downtrend played out with the break, moved to an extreme following the trendline rule. And now my goal is to identify the correct channel because the structure reversed into bullish uptrend. It is easy to identify, series of high highs and high lows. EMA keeps rejecting for the most part, so I'm looking for this overall big channel because the trend is very strong. The pullbacks are tiny. EMA keeps rejecting consistently. As of right now, as you can see, we're breaking the channel and the downtrend played out with the break in extreme. So I'm going to be waiting if we get a push above the exponential moving average because I'm expecting for price action to test the new extreme of this uptrend. Right, traders, so we had beautiful high-low confirmation setup, second entry long, but it formed so quickly I didn't even have a chance to enter. But this is a great high-low, spike in a channel, attempt to create new extreme, uptrend is new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, but it happened so quickly there was no chance. So let's see if we can get another high probability setup before we're going to reach the new high. Price action doesn't offer me a good opportunity to go long. We have flat EMA, we're just choppying up and down through the EMA. So no good setup. I cannot go long in the no man's land like this. I can go long at the bottom of this consolidation, but we never made it there. So right now we're back above EMA, and I hope we can get some setup before we're going to reach the new high. But as of right now, no good opportunity for me. I need a good setup at a key entry point. Okay, so the main uptrend just had a break. A new extreme was tested by the buyers, and you can see this is how we can predict where the market's gonna go by following the trendline rule. We're not thinking about selling, we're only thinking about buying. Unfortunately, I missed a great opportunity here, and there was a failed second entry short, but it formed quite ugly. And now because we have a break in new high, I'm pausing, looking to go long because we can enter correction or even reversal stage. Right now, I'm just patiently waiting for structure to offer me something good and nice because we were stuck in this big trend range and I cannot take setup in middle of the trend range. Everything is too choppy, no clear bias. So I'm just sitting on my hands, waiting patiently for some good opportunity to be presented. As a trader, you have to be very objective and honest with yourself because if you feel the need to take the setup, even though you don't understand what is the bias and the key entry point, this will lead to taking impulsive setups and you will have unnecessarily losing trades. So always make sure you're taking the small breaks when the structure is all over the place. As of right now, it is unclear. Alright traders, I'm resuming the video because I just entered a visual two-leg pullback off the EMA, and this was also mini failed breakout out of this congestion. We broke lower at the EMA, buyer stepped into the market. I had to use deeper limit order because the bar was big and I must have room before reaching these highs. This spike needs to get new high according to trendline rules. This is a new high visual two-leg pullback. There was a second entry long here, but it was so far from the EMA horrible bar. Of course, I cannot go long here. So this is a visual two-leg pullback. I'm going for 10 ticks because the risk is quite big, so 2.5 points. I'm going to leave my runner around these highs, and this spike needs to get new high because the downtrend played out with the break new extreme. There's a big chance we're going to reach the new high. But important here is to truly use deep limit order because you cannot buy at the top of this bar. There is not enough room and the risk is too big. Okay, we got filled, so I'm going to place my stop loss to break even because anything we make right now is going to be just a bonus, and we'll see if we can get the runner. Alright traders, and our runner just got hit. Took a long time, but the weak downtrend is now established. If I'm going to connect the swings at the top, you can see we have a lot of confirmation. There was a very broad pullback. For this reason, it looked like a trend range, slightly tilted down, typical for weak downtrend. I don't see any good setup there. Difficult structure to trade. But right now, let's see if the downtrend is going to kick in and we can get some high probability setup at the EMA. Right, traders, I came back from a break. The wider downtrend had to overshoot at least to break. And now we have massive push down and a wider downtrend established, which means the sellers are attempting to test the new low of this downtrend. So let's see how the EMA is going to hold if we get a second entry short at the EMA. The downtrend played out with the break and moved to a new extreme. Right, traders, I'm going to wrap it up with my one single trade. This was a very difficult day. One of the hardest days we traded in quite a long time. But I want to talk about a few things here because when the structure gets difficult to navigate, this is where I don't really explain things as much because I really want to focus and all my energy goes to focusing on the structure. But we started with a very nice price session. It looked like we're going to have a very easy day. There was great high-low confirmation setup of two key entry points, textbook setup, followed by great second entry long. Now uptrend played out with the break and new extreme. Now this is easy. And now I had a question from a trader about this high low and this second entry short as well. Now you cannot take a high low like this. First of all, uptrend played out with the break and new high, and you are in the middle of the main trend range. And what is the bias? All trends played out, downtrend and the uptrend. So this is a pattern without a good context. We're just stuck in the middle of the main trend range. There's small consolidation, flat EMA, so you cannot just take a single pattern without a good context. Now this second entry short is a little bit better because this leg down is going to get new extreme and the uptrend played out. So this one is a little bit better, but once again, EMA flat, in all these bars, you are part of the main trend range, so not the good context overall. Finally, price action broke lower and you're breaking the channel, so you're expecting something like lower high or felt second entry long. None of the form. We just created massive leg to new extreme. Then we had a break in new high. Downtrend was established, and once you see EMA flattening, this is where you start to predict possible key levels. Here you're expecting second entry short at the exponential moving average because this downtrend needs to get new extreme. There was stronger pullback because the second entry short broke above EMA, and once you see a lower high confirmation below EMA, the signal bar is bullish and double bar entry is just way too big, so you cannot really enter this. You cannot sell directly into the support, and you cannot go long because there is bearish bias. You can see empty room in this trend range, series of lower highs, and pretty much after we have this break a new high and we break below, this is where the wider channel is getting confirmed. So this is where you have to connect all of these swings at the top, copy it, put it at the bottom. It looked like we're going to have a nice second entry short at the EMA, but it didn't happen. We had massive overshoot. The secondary channel played out with the break in new extreme. No good second entry short as well, so unfortunately we just have to sit here and watch it. As you know, overshoot leads to a stronger break of the trend line, or possible reversal. Now there is a decent second entry short combined with the failed second entry long double high rotate setup. All uptrends played out, and you're looking for a new low of the main downtrend, so you could have considered. You were considering also the second entry short, but the single bar is horrible. You cannot sell below bullish bar. Massive spike up, instantly reverse all the way down here. We're looking for a second entry short here or a failed second entry long. Wider channel was established. Why am I drawing it wider and not tighter like this? Well, because if I expect new low for this main channel to the left, I am with the direction of the main bias, so I can draw these channels a bit wider. You're expecting a second entry short because you want to see new low for two channels, but once again, it didn't form that great. More congestion here, and downtrend played out with the break and the new extreme. So tough day, very few setups. Even in hindsight, you really need to be patient, objective, because everything in your body is screaming at you. You gotta take this setup, you gotta take this setup because you feel the need. You've been sitting here for hours and you want to feel rewarded, but you have to combat this feeling. Most of the times there are going to be a lot of setups, but there can be days like this where it is really slow, not that many setups, and you really need to make sure you're going to be taking these breaks because it can get really frustrating. I was starting to get frustrated here and there because it was just a long time without a good setup. But since we have more time here, I also would like to take a look at the Nasdaq here. As you know, we're using the ES S&P 500 M&A futures, but that doesn't mean you cannot use other instruments to trade price action as well, because the price action is universal. It works in every market and time frame. For example, we're trading a lot also the CL 500 tick chart and 1500 Nasdaq. Now we're looking at 1500 Nasdaq, which is quite similar to the ES, very similar structure. So we're gonna take a look at the structure. It pretty much started the same way, breaking extreme, uptrend working higher, great tool get pullback. Now after breaking new high is formed, we expect correction or reversal. So as you can see, price action is reversing, and pretty much after this point right here, when there's a break new high and deep reversal down, lower low is created. This is where you start anticipating there is a bearish bias because it doesn't really resemble a trend range because you keep creating so many lower highs and lower lows. Correction played out with the breaking extreme, so once again you have to monitor these corrections. And because you expect new low for this leg down, there is a new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long failure. Off the EMA, great tier 1 single bar, the new low needs to be tested, which eventually evolved into a very nice spike and a channel. And even at this point, you can start to anticipate a bigger pattern once you can see that the trend is getting stronger and stronger, because why there are so many legs trending lower here before this spike and channel started. So we have to take into consideration, you have to cover the entire structure. For this reason, you're not only looking for this spike in a channel, you're also looking for the entire channel, the bigger one, because you need to take into consideration this structure right here that started before the spike in a channel, break, new high, first entry long, pull back, second entry long, because we expect new low to be tested according to trendline rule for this spike in a channel. This would have been a great failed second entry long had it closed a little bit closer to the EMA. You can see it is not full at the EMA. The signal bar is not that strong. For this reason, it is a little bit more aggressive. Had it formed right at the EMA, it would have been textbook setup. Uptrend played out to break new high, indicating correction is over. Break below EMA, failed second entry long. New low was not tested yet. Break, new high, one tap, double tap, triple test indicating influx of sellers. Massive push below EMA, highest high of the correction. First entry long, pull back, textbook. Second entry long, failure. New low, first entry short, pull back, textbook. Second entry short at the EMA. Price action keeps working lower. We cannot tell second entry short above EMA with a bad bar. This is not double trap because double trap, even though it is the highest point of the swing, it needs to close below the EMA. We're still above, so no real entry. Overshoot, just like on the ES, spike and a channel break a new high. Then you would have had one potential losing trade because you have a new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. So you probably expect the downtrend to continue, but there are clues. What is the clue? Well, because we know the overshoot can have a stronger pullback and can break the channel or possibly reverse, this is why this push off the trend line didn't continue trending lower. The push phase didn't resume. Why? Because overshoot needs a stronger break and needs to break the trend line. This is why there was this additional push up. But the second entry short is a great at the EMA, no problem having one losing trade as part of trading. The main downtrend needs to get new extremes. There's a second entry short, but because you have to use double bar entry, slightly more aggressive, and then you have another great second entry short. Multiple tests, the resistance EMA keeps holding, downtrend needs to get new extreme, and then we reach the new low, pro two-leg pullback, and lower high confirmation setup, and now the market is about to close. The ES was very uneventful today, and since I know a lot of you are trading the NQ as well, I decided to also make sure we're going to talk about the Nasdaq a little bit in detail. But I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you had a good trading day, and I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck in your trading.